So my hair will never ever be the same again. I just washed it. When I just put conditioner on my hair, it looks gorgeous. I mean the long hair. Whatever. So anyway, my famous girlfriend. Me and her sometimes had a very good time together. We can be a riot together. A good riot. I hope possibly to see her today. I can't help her out, but I went past. I've communicated with her that it does not bother me anymore that she thinks that I poisoned her to get raped. That was like a big, big, big deal. Because unfortunately that happened to me. 2017. And other times. So I didn't like that. And that just would make me, never want to talk to her again. But she's just a harmless person, a harmless little girl. It's just like, alright, that's over with, because, she does that with everybody. Which is really bad. Like, how bad? She can talk about the past, she acts like a normal human being, and then she gets really, really weird. She can be your best friend for one day, and the one girl, she says, yeah, I just talked to her, and the next day, she says, I never want to talk to you again. It's like, okay, fine. Why not? Like, what? Weird. Now, I was trying to talk to her yesterday, and I was trying to, say, this, didn't you hear me? She says, don't you know that I forget right away what people say? I'm like, no, don't be one of those people. Because I have some fun with her, like, I'm sure there's nutrients she could take to stop her being that way. But I do not have that access. I can't. I'm sure I just help her out, just talking to her for an hour, or 2 or 3, on different days. I'm a positive outlet for her. I'm not ever going to spend a penny on her again. She owes me. I bought the 2 big vegetable pizzas, which I was glad I bought, because I loved them. I love them. So, they were good. But I'm never going to maybe go out of my way to buy them again. That's too expensive for my pocket. I don't understand these homeless people that spend all their money the first week and they're broke. Then why do people, it's just like, and some people borrow money and then they say, oh, I'll pay you double back. Why would you do that? Why, if you have it, you have it. If you don't, you don't. But, there's way, 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 way too many people. Oh my God. But, I'm happy that I gave to her financially and emotionally. She's my friend. Even though she has problems remembering, which is very annoying to deal with. I'm talking to her the same thing. I said, what's wrong with you? Don't you know that I don't remember what happened a minute ago? Oh my God, I'm dealing with one of these people. What? And then there was another woman that I was best friends with at the Lancaster Mission in 2021. She was in a car accident. She had the worst boyfriend in the whole wide world who stole over $100,000 from her. And I say steal. Oh, well, that's my boyfriend. Like, no. He took advantage of you deliberately. Now, I almost killed her in a hotel room, and it was over. She was hurt because found out I had a girlfriend the whole 7 years. So why stay with him? Because she can't remember what she did yesterday. Oh my God. But she acts, I mean, I don't know, it's just like an empath. Like, she knew everybody in the Lancaster Mission and gave positive responses to them. Kind of knew a little about them and gave a positive response. Very nice person. I'm like, well, what the hell are you doing with a piece of trash? And it would have been better if she would have stayed at the Lancaster Mission for 2 years to get away from that monster that she was dating. And I guess she, like, stopped being my friend because that was like, oh, I got back with him. Do you remember he almost killed you? Like, okay. But I had those situations. I think these monster men that almost kill their women, okay, they're not going to, but they almost do. They're not going to. I heard one talk at a stupid little meal, like talking about his girlfriend, his wife. Oh yeah, she said I almost killed her, and stranglement. Yeah, strangling means almost killing someone. Okay, asshole. Like, I heard you. Oh, and then she tricked me and she stole some money from me. Well, what kind of hell did you put her through? But she did not legally have the right to take anything from him, but where is she going to get money at? And I think they had children or whatever. None of my business, but really? I'm not believing his story that she just made up that I tried to kill her. Like, are you serious? Oh, our fight ended up with me, and strangling her. Well, strangling is almost killing a person. You can kill a person by strangling them. Okay. I saw a recent video and it was horrific. Couple got married. They went on their dream vacation. This guy deliberately killed his wife scuba diving. So it was him and his wife and 2 other couples. So they were supposed to watch each other. The one took pictures of them underneath the water scuba diving. What he did was he stole her air, and then he hugged her so she couldn't get her air. Hugged her real tight, and they were like, the people that witnessed this, like, obviously you don't hug someone real tight when you're scuba diving. You do that on top of the water. So he takes out her air. Well, they just figured out that he took out her airpiece, hugged her real tight, and then threw her on the ground. And then he goes up and he lies to the captain on the ship that took him out there. So then they went down with him where she was, and she's just lying dead on the bottom of the, no air. That's what her husband did to her. So he was put in jail in that country for 18 months. They tried to put him in jail at the state where he came from in America. They should have. I mean, he murdered his wife. Yeah, I mean, it's obvious that, like, why not? What's 18 months for taking out? But yeah, a real person can't just, like, hey, man, you know what? I hate you that much that I'm just going to kill you someday. I'm just going to flat out kill you. No, I mean, an insane abuser will not will not say what's on their mind. All my friends are heathens, take it slow. Unbelievable how many insane abusers there are really out there. Just too many to count. It's just too many. Like, I don't even get it. I mean, this one insane drug addict I thought I liked the beginning of this year. He left his wife and kids down in Florida. Why would you do that? Because he couldn't stand, the boring life, But whatever, it's not what it's cut out to be. A man working hard at his job and then have barely any free time. It's not right for people to suffer like that. Now, I suffered in a very different way. I mean, I'm around, insane abusers my whole life. So, they never respected me. And I was the last one on the list to, if they were making hamburgers, get a hamburger, I'm the last one on the list. They don't give a shit about me. Like, my one so-called friend that lives in a trailer, like, she went out with all my boyfriends. She's insane. So any guy that I knew, she'd feed them a lot more than me. She'd feed me, but, they get the bigger plate. They get the bigger amount of food. It's just nuts. Like, I'm supposed to be your best friend. And then she ended up going out with everyone. Like, that's my life. I won't even say about my family. It's disgusting. I don't want to. Alright, so I curse myself when I talk about my past. I mean, it's all true. It's just awful. So, yeah, I'll just let it go with that. It's all awful. I can't help it that, I didn't have one good, victims can't help their circumstances. But they have no friends. They have nobody to turn to. They have absolutely no emotional support. However I made it, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable that I actually made it. I don't know how I made it. I really don't. All my so-called friends are just unspeakable. So the one that lives out in the trailer park, I had my last $500 from October for my October check. I don't know what was going on. 2007, 16, 17, 18. I mean, just a nightmare. I met my stupid husband. 2018. Oh my God, we lived at Walmart in 2019. He was a total nightmare in 2020 at Four Seasons. Beat me up all the time. Gave me a fractured jaw. And he said, did I do that? Of course you did, you piece of shit, asshole. Didn't remember doing a check, though. Beat me up the whole time in Four Seasons. Maybe I called the cops. Possibly 3 times. But, there's nowhere for, a domestic violent, for the domestic violent victimized lady to go to. There's nowhere for her to go. Like, the neighbor next door should take her in. Like, let's just say he went outside to smoke a cigarette or something, like, but no, he never left the fucking room. I went to the grocery store for us. I was forced to buy the beer. So at that interval in time, one of the neighbors at Four Seasons should have picked me up on the road. You know, not in the parking lot, but saw me leave, feel sorry for me, pick me up on the road and just be like, I know what you're going through. I heard your cries. I see your bruises. I'll give you a hotel for a week and we'll figure it out from there. I'm separating you from him right now. I'll just give the fucking cases of beer to the homeless in the woods that I found the other day. You don't need any of that. I'll give you a hotel room by yourself. And that's all I needed. Or the food. But then he'd be like looking for me. That wouldn't matter. Whoever would have seen me, and I was crying, and I cried out to this one man. He was away from, there's a parking lot, and there's a house on this side, and all the rooms were this side and that side. So this house was hidden. So I talked to this guy at this house. But yeah, he's like, yeah, I'm having problems. Of course everyone's having problems. With my girlfriend, my mom, you know, I can't have you live here. Especially with the monster that live over there. He's going to find out. I don't have enough. I don't have anything to help you out. But he should have called his church. And then a church should have got together and said, you know what? This girl is really, really in desperate need. We should buy her a hotel room for a week and figure out what we can do for her. And that's the way it should work. As simple as that. I went to Pretend I'm Not Narcissist Church. I will never go back there again. Because he tortured me at his place. Now, I told a number of people in this church, and they're just like, well, here's a number to go get some help. Like, what? There are no numbers to help you out. The mission was full. Or else I would have went in the 4 months. The mission was full. And it was COVID at the time, so it was like I had to go through a window of opportunity of every 2 weeks. They did women, men, women, and, I was going through so much hell with Pretend I'm Not Narcissist. How could I even keep up with that? Trying to make it to the mission. Like, well, what am I going to do with my husband's car, caravan? Like, what am I going to do? Pretend I'm Not Narcissist was no help at all. None. One of those people should have taken me in. I mean, like, yeah, you know what? Pretend I'm Not Narcissist. We're going to take her in. But nobody did. And then at the very end, I'm living in the caravan. I'm walking to that church myself because I kind of like it. Still, no help from anyone. I wanted that church to see me and my insane husband remarried because our marriage was nothing to me because it was just with the judge of what kind of marriage is a marriage if you're just getting married at the district justice with no witnesses. Like, my sons aren't there. Like, nobody's there. Like, I wanted my sons maybe to go to that church and be remarried in like 5 minutes and have my son remarry us in front of all those people. And that's a lovely thought. That's a lovely, nice thing. And my husband is such an asshole. Such an asshole. No, he wouldn't want anything good. He never wanted anything good. He's a total piece of shit. Like all the rest. Just like Pretend I'm Not Narcissist. He pretended he helped me out so much. How? Not in those 4 months. Nightmare. Remember Wash-A-Lot, asshole? Wow, this is 20 minutes already. He should remember Wash-A-Lot. Drove my husband's caravan. Spent his $50 on all his fucking weights that he had to sit on the floor with shit-stained and pee-stained undies and t-shirts and socks that weren't washed for a year. What an asshole. How much he used me. What a piece of shit he was. And he can't admit to any of it. Such a fucking piece of shit.